division.
Presenting our next fight now. In the blue corner, Mohammad Al Khatib.
Al Khatib from Jordan.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome
Also,
Mohammad Al Khatib.
another athlete based in Abu Dhabi. Again, it's beautiful to see because I remember watching Mohammad playing here as just a white belt in Jiu-Jitsu, and now we see him like into a professional MMA fighter. So this is just amazing to see.
Yeah, see he's wearing the classical scarf from, how do you call that? Shufra?
Silva. Yeah, getting some love from the crowd.
Al Khatib wearing the gi, the Jiu-Jitsu gi for this fight, representing Primal Gym. Has a tough fight ahead of him. Ton of trouble just waiting for him around the corner.
Mohammad will face his first Brazilian fighting here tonight. He'll fight Christofer Silva, which is a taller athlete. So let's see if his jiu-jitsu is, you know, sharp enough to deal with Christofer Silva.
And that was Mohammad Al Khatib getting ready now, getting prepared for the fight by his coach. Last sip of water.
Getting ready to enter the cage. Mohammad Khatib.
Now the referee for the last check. Making sure everything is according to the rules.
The referee for this match will be Pedro Damasceno. The previous referee was Monteiro.
I believe we have Fabrício Monteiro again inside.
Now we're gonna have like Abu Dhabi against Al Ain. Christofer Silva lives in Al Ain. So let's see if Mohammad will have. So here's the opponent.
And now to introduce the opponent.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Christofer Silva.
Here we go. Christofer Silva from Brazil. Christofer Silva used to back in America, he used to fight under American Top Team. He's Brazilian.
Do you mean American Top Team?
American Top Team, yeah. If you want to put it this way, it's also correct. He fought here in Abu Dhabi a few times already. Some supporters over there. So he's based in Al Ain. One of his corners, Fabio Melo, fought Sakuraba already once. And, he's a former Pride fighter. So pretty much we have a very good MMA training in Al Ain, you know.
And his other coach, Rodrigo Otero, also used to be a training partner with
Clock.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, 3 5-minute rounds in the welterweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner, 71.79 minutes tall, weighing in at 77.1 kilos. His record undefeated, 2 wins and 0 defeats. Fighting out of the UAE by Ray Jordan. Make some noise for
that's the condition.
And now his opponent, standing across the cage and fighting out of the red corner. Standing 1.86 meters tall, weighing in at 76.9 kilos. His record 3 wins and 2 defeats. Fighting out of the UAE by way of Brazil, Christofer Silva.
So here we go.
And here we go, welterweight action here at Abu Dhabi Warriors number 5. As you got 2 fighters that are from the UAE by way of different countries, Brazil and Jordan. And here we go.
Christofer lives in Al Ain, the same town as I live, and he's been training tough, man. He loves to play MMA. He used to fight. When back in America, he was American top team member, so he fought a lot from there. So.
Yeah, one of the best teams in the world, American top team over the years out of Coconut Creek and all throughout Florida. Christofer Silva there in the green, in the black is Al Khatib. Al Khatib has never tasted defeat in his career. Tough Jordanian fighter that now resides here in the UAE. So as you can tell, I mean, both fighters have a lot of fans out here, Leandro, and that's one cool thing about this card is, like I said before, you got so many fighters that actually reside here in UAE, so many great, talented guys that we can put on the card. And it's brought a lot of fans out here, and they're having a lot of fun here in the arena.
Exactly, and with those programs of jiu-jitsu here in the UAE, nowadays you have a lot of local guys that understands about fight, you know?
Absolutely.
They enjoy watching the fights and can even go like through, you should have done these or should have done that, which is beautiful. You know, a little while ago, you couldn't see the same kind of reaction from the crowd.
Yeah, we're wondering about Abu Dhabi Warriors 6 and if you're going to be booked on the card. Have we made that decision yet? You going to be on that one?
Absolutely, for sure.
That's what I'm talking about.
Right, yeah.
I'm ready for that one. Keep your eyes peeled, guys, on all of our social media, and we'll be having an announcement, I'm sure, for Abu Dhabi Warriors 6 before you know it. Early on here, both fighters just kind of filling their way out here, and that's something that happens with guys that are veterans. They don't have a lot of fights between them, but they've been in this game for a long, long time, so they're not taking any chances. They're going to establish the range. Beautiful right hand by Silva. And here comes a Silva-like rush, almost like a Vanderlei Silva. He is just throwing for the fences.
Nice left hand as well.
Why waste any time? Why not just go after it? Silva trying to make quick work of Al Khatib.
Moving back, still studying his opponent. I thought he would try to take down out of there. He just, you know, decided to stand up and keep on playing the standing game. So
now, outside of this fight, what's one of the fights that really jumps out at you that you really want to see, or one fighter that you really want to see on this card?
I want to see Flavio Serafim, which is one of the Brazilians fighting the main card.
Yeah, against Laban. Yeah, it's going to be a good one.
Exactly. Yeah, the guy's he's a beast on the floor, man.
Guy's a huge name here in Abu Dhabi as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. And if you look around, for example, we have Fabio Silva out here on Christofer's corner. He's a former Pride fighter, so
yeah.
he fought Sakuraba. So we have big names in here. You know, it's amazing to train and to be here. Man, if you're a fight fan, Abu Dhabi is the place to be nowadays.
Really is.
Yeah, no matter which kind of martial arts you play, you're gonna find big names in here.
That's the interesting thing, you know, because you always hear not really a rivalry, but people that, you know, always talk about going to Dubai and then Abu Dhabi, and Abu Dhabi just offers different things, and I think sports is a really big part of what Abu Dhabi brings. If you're to choose between the two, I think if you're really into sport, especially into fighting, you got to be in Abu Dhabi, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. Fighting is all over. Everybody plays, and we have a lot of great places to train, actually.
And the education part of it in the school system is really like no other place in the world, how it's been implemented. Christofer Silva once again on the attack.
Again taking action. Now let's see if he managed to keep the fight on the floor. He's a BJJ black belt, setting up an anaconda choke.
Oh, he's twisting and he might have it.
Does he got it?
It looks tight enough. Let's see.
I think he might have this one.
Yeah, it's just a matter of keeping the pressure.
Oh, and he gets that. Al Khatib, to his credit, able to survive. Wow, through a big overhand right. I mean, literally overhand right. Oh, and Silva staggered. He's hurt. Al Khatib, can he finish him? 27 seconds left in round one.
He's hurt. Now trying to survive. 20 seconds to finish.
Wow, you talk about an awesome fight.
Managed to put it down.
They just kind of save it for short bursts.
Sure.
They give you 2 or 3 minutes of nothing, but then you get really some back and forth action here.
And then it's good for people to realize why they were studying themselves so much, you know, because one of those shots could finish the fight straight away.
Yeah, 100%. And where it looked like Christofer Silva was really in control, he ate a heck of a few shots by Al Khatib. And just like that, I mean, kind of even the playing field when he staggered him like that. And you got to wonder, you know, is he going to be able in this minute time span to recover from those really heavy shots? Because he was staggered. He was in a bad way.
Exactly. But still able to throw that right hand that rocked Silva out.
Let's take a look.
That
was the right hands here by Silva. That was that big flurry. And I said, reminded me of Vanderlei a little bit, the way he just kind of rushed in there recklessly. There it is again. Really got the crowd going.
He was like calm enough to keep the hands up and blocking some of the shots. So Silva couldn't.
Wow, that was super tight.
So
I don't know how he got out of there.
Me too, man.
Al Khatib
really
deserves a lot of credit for getting out of danger there. And we're not going to have time to show you, most likely, that big left hand that rocked Silva. No, we're not going to have enough time to show you, but that was a big difference maker as we go into round number 2. And as I said, has Silva recovered? It looks like he has. But you can only take too many of those. You can't take too many of those. And this is a guy in Silva that's not necessarily a real young fighter. And as you said before, with American Top Team, the guy's been in the game for a long time. So you got to wonder about that button on his chin. How big is it? And how susceptible is he to a big knockout?
Yeah, I think we're going to be able to see these. If he changes his strategy and try to put him down straight away, then we're going to see if he felt that or if he's okay. Confident enough to keep on playing, exchanging, you know?
And what kind of chant do we got going on here? It seems like we got a bit of a chant going on here.
Yeah. I saw Renzo Grayson's in the house right now.
Oh yes, Enzo is in the house, that's right. And we may be able to get him on the headset a little bit later as well, folks. Enzo, of course, a guy that's been so huge in this community for so long. One of the reasons why BJJ is what it is in this region, right? I mean, as the story goes.
Exactly. His relationship with Sheikh Tahnoum bin Zayed, you know, made the crowd please here, took the decision of offering these beautiful sports to the community.
Well, as you can see, they're throwing hard here and they're looking for a finish. Both guys, I don't think they want to go to decision. I think somebody's going to go out on their shield.
Silva didn't try any takedown so far. Okay, now here we go.
Charging in, Christofer Silva.
Now we're talking about 3.5 minutes to work the ground game. Put all his, you know, BJJ experience. See if he can overcome that.
Well, I mean, as much experience as he has and as technical as he is, being able to defend and get out of that anaconda was something special.
That was.
And that really showed us something about Al Khatib that I don't think we really knew coming into this fight, that he's able to get out of a situation like that. A lot of guys wouldn't be able to.
Absolutely. No, I couldn't agree more with you. And the thing is, like, sometimes if you're applying that kind of technique and the other guy just escapes, it kind of frustrated. You get frustrated.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
So you don't know what comes next. What else can these guys handle, you know? What else can these guys escape from?
We're at the halfway point here of round number 2, and Silva's on top. He's being neutralized thus far by Al Khatib, and great movement by Al Khatib to transition and possibly get back to his feet. As you can see, he's desperately
trying to apply the choke there, Silva. I can't see.
don't know how tight that is, if he's really got that locked in or not.
It's not under the chin yet, but
it's that north-south choke, and
yeah,
it doesn't seem like he quite has that locked in. Al Khatib's shown that he has some good durability, some good heart.
So gave up, realized he.
Now, let me ask you this. I mean, it's about saving up energy at times, right? I mean, when you get in a situation where, you know, your opponent can't finish you, you feel comfortable, you know, struggling around and using your energy is the wrong thing to do. Why not stay in there, rest, save up that energy, and then explode out,
exactly.
right?
The management of your energy is one of the toughest things to do. You know, you cannot get too emotional, and at the same time you have to.
Can't panic.
Exactly. You cannot panic. You know, and you see, in these fights, both of them are showing a lot of experience on the way they're managing their energy. You know, also you don't see.
Okay, now we're going to get a stand-up. Fabricio Montero, our official, is going to bring it to the feet. Not a whole lot of action going on there. Silva was kind of hanging on for dear life. Now, are we going to see Al Khatib come out throwing again? Because last time he was able to land that big shot.
Clean takedown from Silva.
Oh, perfectly timed. Yeah, textbook.
Now he has, if he get rid of the half guard.
Yeah, exactly. If he can bring those legs over, he's going to have a beautiful head and arm.
He could go through a Katagatame choke, you know. So Al Khatib knows it, the danger, and just locking, try to control as much as he can.
In my very, very, very limited jiu-jitsu experience, this was the one submission I was able to tap a few people with, was the head and arm, the arm triangle.
Yeah. This is so strong. This is a very strong choke, man. But anyways, he managed to get rid of Christofer's leg under his armpit. Christofer again in a dominant position.
Got a lot of noisemakers here. It's almost like a football soccer stadium in here.
Exactly. I would have expected that with the Cameroon guy before, you know?
Yeah. And it looks like we're going to make it into round number 3. As that seems to be the trend here. We're seeing some fighters with some good stamina, some good energy, and Al Khatib able to survive some pretty tough predicaments as far as submission attempts, etc. So we're gonna go, and there's the culprit right there.
There's our guy with the Lebanese flag, you know.
Got the vuvuzelas, he got the drums. He's got it all. He's literally providing all the noise that you could need. And he's proud. He's proud to do it. Good for him. Wow, and we got a princess hat.
Nice.
That was impressive.
How cool is that?
A princess hat with the Lebanese flag. I dig it.
Oh yeah.
Wow, this is such a perfect example of that melting pot we were talking about. All these great nations coming together. And it's funny, you look up and down this card and you see, okay, Spain, Lebanon, UK, Jordan, et cetera, and there's literally fans for every one of those fighters in the house. You have people that are here in the UAE able to support. Let's take a look at that replay, and that was the perfectly timed takedown. It doesn't get much better than that. Silva really, really timed that.
Exactly. Now I think that Silva will stick to this strategy, trying to put Khatib down.
It's a tough thing to deal with if you're Al Khatib, because you want to stand and bang, but all it takes is one, you know, failed shot or a missed shot, and he's going to put you on the ground. So that has to stick in your head. Maybe a little bit more careful with your strikes. It's round number 3, and I don't know how you are scoring it thus far, but I think Silva's probably up 2 rounds.
Me too. I agree with you. I agree with you.
Round 1 maybe a little bit closer, but round 2 definitely went to Silva just because he controlled the round for better part of 3.5 minutes. So
yeah, he was totally dominant with the takedowns and the. But still, man, we have to.
Wow, throwing some big shots there. Big right hands and left hands. Christofer Silva, he's hanging in there. You got to wonder if he takes one flush on the chin, if he's going to be able to stay upright.
Khatib getting the center of the ring. Silva walking back once again. Let's see if he's waiting for one of the shots to connect the takedown and keep on controlling the fight.
So guys still on the card, still to come. The big heavyweights. 6'10" Chai Lewis Perry in the house, 2.05 meters tall. The guy is a beast, taking on Ibrahim Al-Sawi. That's in our co-main event. And then the main event, Ollie Thompson, former British strongest man, taking on Roman Webby out of Lebanon, resides in Dubai, has a lot of fans, and the guy is a tank. So you're talking about two huge heavyweight matchups to look forward to in your co-main and your main event. And now here we go.
Nice shot.
Now we're going to see whose chin's going to last. Christofer Silva's getting out of there.
A big right hand from Al Khatib.
I think Silva is on the verge. Desperation takedown attempt, and he's able to recover now.
3 minutes to go. That was the time that in the previous round, Christofer took Al Khatib down. Let's see if we manage to do the same thing.
Now can Al Khatib stay on his feet? It's hard to see if Silva has clasped his hands yet. It doesn't appear that he's been able to get those hands together. Or maybe he has. He has got it. He's going to get a takedown. Well done by Silva. It's that struggle with a jiu-jitsu player of that caliber.
Yeah.
And it's just all about staying upright. That's literally the one thing you have to do is, can you stay upright? And so far, Al Khatib's had a really hard time staying on his feet with Silva.
Silva was trying to attack a straight leg lock right there. Al Khatib also moved his hip to the side to escape it. And if Silva still was to try that leg lock.
2 minutes to go here in your third and final round welterweight matchup here at Abu Dhabi Warriors. Just our third fight of this 11-fight card that you're watching around the world, and we want to thank you for tuning in for the return of Abu Dhabi Warriors, back and better than ever.
As we were saying, I live here for 10 years, and we have to recognize, man, the jiu-jitsu in the UAE just make the MMA, make the martial arts all over the region, man, evolve so much. So I would say that the UAE is responsible for the growth of martial arts in Lebanon and all those Arabic countries.
Yeah.
And it's given a great opportunity for those athletes to come here and fight. Also people from Europe, as you were saying.
And to compete in jiu-jitsu as well. I mean, you talk about some of the best competitions are put on by this company, the World Professional Jiu-Jitsu Championships. I mean, absolutely incredible. Put together by Palm Sports, the UAE, JJF, of course.
Yeah.
Wow, I mean, talk about a company that has in the last 10 years just risen to the top. I mean, really been incredible.
Yeah. Fight going back up again. And with the UAJJ, the Grand Slam, man, we go all over the globe.
Absolutely.
Promoting jiu-jitsu, you know, and it's just amazing.
And how many celebrities, how many big names all over pop culture have got into jiu-jitsu now. It's like the cool thing to do, especially in the last few years. It's like every movie star, every athlete is in jiu-jitsu, and that just shows how incredible it is for fitness as well. So 30 seconds left, guys, and Christofer Silva, you got to believe that he's in the driver's seat, but Al Khatib, he's trying to put him away. There's always time until that horn sounds or that bell rings.
15 seconds to go. Again, Christofer putting Al Khatib down.
No guarantees, but I think just based on takedowns and control, I think it's going to be a win for Christofer Silva.
I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
But we'll leave that to the judges. That's their job. That's not ours. I make predictions way too often, and I look like a fool about half the time or more than half the time. So I try to lay out on decisions, but I'll let you do it. Christofer Silva.
I would go for Christofer Silva.
You think he's got the win here?
Yeah. By the amount of takedowns and the control on the floor, you know, Al Khatib he showed us a good jiu-jitsu skills by defending the first choke, that arm choke at the first round was amazing, and also managing Silva's when he was on top.
Yeah.
But not more than that.
Well, a very entertaining fight, as you can see from the replay. And both fighters, they left it all in the cage. Both guys with a lot of heart in this fight. You even had times where Christofer Silva looked like he might get knocked out. He was in a very bad way. Same thing with the submission attempts on Al Khatib. Al Khatib was able to survive a number of submission attempts, and he really showed how much heart he has. So you got two guys that are incredible in this division. I think they're going to be mainstays in the welterweight division for a while here.
Sure. Another curious thing to say is that Al Khatib used to fight as a white belt here in the event on the UAE Federation, you know. In UAE JJ, he used to fight as a white belt. So we're seeing a rising star in the fight here, promoted by the UAE JJ, you know, with all those tournaments around. So Al Khatib is one of those guys that are just keep on training, fell in love with the sports, and
it definitely stimulates the sport to grow in the region. And the problem with this decision, as you're talking about before, Polonio, is that the takedowns counts for so many points. You know, it counts so much for the decision for the referees, even though, and the thing is, Khatib swing more, but I think, and now with Cyrus in
ladies and gentlemen, after 3 hard-fought rounds, these men went the distance. And we go to the judges' scorecard. All 3 judges see it the same. 29-28 for your winner by unanimous decision, Christofer Silva.
Yeah, that's
fair enough. He was dominant.
You know?
Yeah, he was dominant, putting with the takedowns and controlling the fight on top.
And presenting the award to Christopher is Fuad Darwish, General Manager of Palm Sports. All right, here with Christopher. Well, congratulations, man. That was a very hard-fought fight. You had him in that anaconda choke, and I think everybody at the commentary table thought it was over. How surprised were you that he survived that?
He's not a fool, he's a purple belt jiu-jitsu. I saw his game, he has 5 submissions. That's MMA, and that's not jiu-jitsu. I've tasted defeat by submission being a black belt. I don't give any chance. If I see you losing the position on the ground, I get away and try to go to punches. He's really good.
You know, at the end of round number 1, you took some pretty hard shots, and it looked like you were very, very stunned. How badly were you hurt there at the end of round 1?
That's the whole business. I'm not expecting to be submitted, but I'm expecting to get some punches, for sure. And if you allow me, I want to thank my training partners. I want to thank everyone in Brazil who got me here, in Miami, and here, every training partner, everyone who got me a message, everyone who trained with me, not even for an hour. You guys made it, you guys here. That's the product of today. Palm Sports put up a great show. Everyone, people in Brazil, my sponsor, Zero Fat, thank you very much.
Congratulations. Enjoy that victory. Make some noise for Christofer Silva.
Nicely done. So the Brazilian won this fight against Mohammad Al Khatib. So what do you think about the fight, Caio? How did you see the fight? In your opinion, what's...
I think the fight was close. I agree with the judges that Christofer won the fight because of this highlight and because of the takedowns and control on the ground. But the fight was close. Clearly, Christofer got tired and
gassed out in the end.
And look, this left hook and again a jab and a right hook.
Ladies and gentlemen, your next bout is 3 5-minute rounds in the Abu Dhabi Warriors lightweight division.